Hi, welcome back to Self Pilot Podcast. I'm Alizée. I'm so happy to be here. This is really so cool. This concept is really special to me. This is cool that actually we can. So, welcome back to this. Today, I am with Joella Joy. Hi, I am
Hey, super
so happy
excited.
that you're here. Yes, so happy that you're here. We wanted to do something together, really, because we follow each other for a long time now. And so, we actually thought of doing this episode talking about overthinking, as this is something that is really part
Mm-hmm.
of our lives, our journey. So we are going to talk about this. But before that, just please introduce yourself. So after we can start.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm Joella Joy. I am originally from the Netherlands, so I'm Dutch. And I live in Germany now for 5 years almost. And I started my page, Joella's Flow, because I just felt the need to create more than I consume. I
Yeah.
had all these ideas, and I thought it was just time to start small and, like stop overthinking and it not having to be perfect. And I just started creating things, and that grew into uh, a really nice space, a really nice community where I met people like
Mm.
you,
Yeah.
where we both want the same things. We want to grow. We want to create a mindset. We want to that we're that we're comfortable with. I think it's this growth mindset, but doing
Yeah.
it slow and doing it kind and doing it.
Yeah.
So one of the topics that I've been mostly inspired by lately is the topic of overthinking. And I noticed how much of that is
Mm,
completely changed the way I see myself, I see the world,
mm.
the things I do. So yeah, I think I'm just in a process of starting, like slowly breaking, like brick by brick, breaking down this big wall that is overthinking and this big structure in my head.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, that's what I've been sharing my journey
Yeah.
about that, and it's just really cool to see like the resonance and how people respond to that and
Mm.
to grow and learn together. So
Yeah, it's really crazy because that's why I wanted to talk about this with someone who is really so related to this because like this is such an important subject and that sometimes you don't even realize that you are an overthinker. And even like in my clients, I see that this is really something that is so present and that sometimes we don't even process or realize that this is like actually overthinking. And I even remember me when
mhm.
I first understood that I was really overthinking, just the term of that. Oh my God, like this is something. Just you feel like, okay, such a relief of, okay, so this has a name. People can understand what I feel. I am not alone in this,
Yes.
and this is why we do it. This really special episode today. So it's really great.
Mhm.
Can you just please maybe explain a little bit about your overthinking story, kind of like your journey with that. So after we can, yeah, just get into this.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think it's something that really started taking shape in my early teens, right? Like that's when you
Mm,
start becoming aware of yourself, of your body, of your
yeah.
friends, and you start comparing yourself.
Mm,
And I think that's when, like, for the first time, you start thinking, like, okay, I mean, in the end, everybody, like, your nervous system wants to be safe, right? Your brain wants to be safe. So it's constantly testing, okay, what is safe? What is a threat? What is safe?
oh yeah.
So I think if yeah, at some point you then start to uh, aim for the perfectionist mindset, or like you want to do things well. That's where it
Mm,
comes from ultimately. You want to be perceived well, you want to be understood, everybody wants to belong, and then from that you start
mm,
overthinking every step, every decision, every
yeah.
like the tiniest thing. And because it's something that you don't really openly talk about that much because it's all in your own head, it starts to grow into
Mm,
something where you're like not even aware of it, right? You're
mm,
not even aware of like to what extent you overthink.
yeah.
I think like a small example is like the way I would dress. I would think of like I mean there's this one story. I was a teen, like I think I was like 15 or 16 years old, and I put on these shorts,
Mm.
um, and I think I was wearing leggings underneath because, I don't know what year this was, but like that was kind of cool somehow. So so I was like wearing
Yeah,
these leggings and the
fashion.
shorts, right? And my dad made some kind of comment, and then I never did that again. And then like
Mm.
it's the comments that you receive, and you not really have your own stability and your own identity yet, that you're just trying to please, trying to be safe, trying to make other people feel comfortable. And then you start dressing so that you feel comfortable, but not because you want to show or express who you are.
Yeah.
You are trying to fit in, or you're trying to be safe, or actually you're actually hiding sometimes. And that's something that I'm now like really rediscovering, when I'm picking my outfits for the next day, because I'm
Mm.
not a morning person, so I always do
Oh
it in the evening
no,
for
me
work.
neither.
Yeah, I do not have the time or the energy to do that in the morning. So that
Yeah.
really changed my life doing that the night before. I'm like, I'm starting to like let go of the rules, right? Like
Mm.
one of the rules, no black with blue, or like no what, like you can't
Yeah.
wear like the same color if it's just off.
Mm.
And now I'm starting to do that, and like the way I feel just, and then you see yourself in the mirror or whatever, and you see that kind of color, or you see the, and you're like, yeah, that's what I wanna
Yeah.
wear today, and the kind of joy that comes from that. I think the moment we stop overthinking, listen to our intuition, there's such a release of joy when that happens.
Mm. Mm. Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, right?
I can relate so much. Oh my God. Yeah. So like what's crazy, Justine, what you say is that you can actually overthink every little things like in the daily life. You can also overthinking the future, and you can also overthinking the past. And like personally, this
Oh
is
yeah,
something that like I've
that's a big
been
one.
yes. No, no, but like I've been experiencing this when I was really younger for a long time, actually not even processing that it was overthinking, but like I was really constantly replaying the things that I've said and done, and kind of like I was super hard on myself. That was really the main thing of like, why did you say that, why did you do that, like you should have done differently,
Mm,
you should have, you should have always that thing. It was really like super overthinking thing. And this is crazy because like behind it, that's why I'm really was really so related into what you said. When you really know yourself, you get to know yourself, or you get to sit with yourself at a certain time, you're going to understand that what you do, this is just not healthy for you. And that was really the main point, is that in this whole period of overthinking the past, actually, the main thing was that one day I really sit with myself and said, okay, you know what are you doing right now? You're just wasting your peace. Because like I was such in I don't know if you can relate with this, but like I was such in a control freak stuff. I wanted just to replay the
mm.
situation in a way that I could actually control the past, whatever. This is just so crazy, that thing. You think that by replaying the thing, maybe this is going to change something, even though you know that this is not going to change something. But it's like you want to replay the thing. And I was just not
Yes,
accepting that that situation was not under my control anymore. So I was replaying it
yes.
again and again, not even accepting that
Mm,
actually I had no control on this anymore. And also because like I didn't, you're just so used to it. Like I don't know if people can relate with this also, but like you're just so used to it also, at a point that it feels like this is a habit, like a negative habit, but this is a
yeah.
habit that you do every single day. So you don't even process that you're overthinking. You think that,
No,
like,
in a way, it becomes a coping mechanism, right? Like
yeah,
when you feel stressed or you feel insecure or whatever, any kind
mm,
of negative emotion, you, because I do the same thing. I notice I have the same pattern, and I know,
mm,
I realized for me it's a coping mechanism, because exactly as you said, you're trying to change or like reshape it,
yeah,
but you can't do that by like going back to that place and just like replaying it and replaying it. You have to do something else, right? To
mm,
change that narrative.
mm.
So yeah, no, I 100% agree, and I
It's
think,
crazy.
uh, yeah, and talking about these things can really help to analyze and see, okay,
Oh my
wait,
God.
I what am I actually doing? wait, it's not just me. There's so many
Mm,
people who are doing the same thing.
yeah.
And that takes away the shame and the heaviness, and also creates like space, right,
Mm.
for change and for a different approach.
Yeah, really, truly. I think that I think it's exactly the same when you overthink the future. You think that because I do it also, both package. Woo! So truly, you think that no, you think that you can actually organize things or prepare yourself for something, right? And at a certain like time, I really understood that no matter the past, the present, the future, no matter the thing is, you cannot really like change every single thing. You don't have the control of like the past or the future and stuff. But like the thing that I really hate, even as a self-development coach, I'm never going to say this to my clients. That thing is just let go of things that you cannot control. You cannot say this first thing step to an overthinker. You cannot say, oh, let go. This is just a
No, that doesn't work.
result. Yeah, it has to be like the result of like a long like improvement in just mindfulness thing of just understanding yourself, realizing like how you act, how you feel doing these things, how can you change yourself, blah blah. But this is not like the first
Hmm.
tip that you can say, because like when I read that, like literally I was reading like letting go. I was like, okay, yo, whatever. Letting go what? Like it's not like I wake up, of course, thank you, my God. Like, no, this is not even working like
That
this.
would be great, though. That would be
Oh my
great if
God.
that would work. Honestly,
That would be
sign me up.
magical. Oh, thank you. Letting go.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Switch. Okay, no. No, this is not working that way.
Yeah.
But behind that thing, like I was just really understanding that this is not working that simply because it cannot actually, like you cannot really when you overthink the thing is that you are searching for actually changing something and just you are in this kind of like movement of always like thinking about the thing. You cannot really stop yourself from it, so you cannot just decide to let
Mm,
go. Like it has to be something like more about like personally the thing that really helps me again is just to sit with myself, just to feel, because at a certain time, it's crazy what I'm going to say, but like I was thinking that it was really for my peace to replay the things so I could maybe, I don't know, in a certain ways change my opinion over the situation, the past situation, so I could feel maybe better about that. But the fact is that I was super hard on myself because I didn't want to let go of that. I didn't want just to say, okay, girl, you know what? Let's just let go of that. And just, this is like you
yeah.
do a gift to yourself to let go. I don't know how to explain this. It's like you allow yourself to just move on. And when you overthink,
Yeah.
this is not easy. No matter the thing is, you don't allow yourself to stop overthinking when you dress up in the morning. You don't want to allow yourself because you think that this is good for you. I don't know if you can actually relate with that, but crazy.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
I think, you know, stuff like this, it's so embedded and so like these structures are so a part of who we are, how we live, and
Mm,
in your day-to-day life, you don't think about these things. You're just doing, you're surviving. But if you take a second, just like you said, and sit with your emotions
yeah.
and give yourself that space, often it's just like maybe your inner child or your whatever you want to name it, like this person within or where these feelings come from,
Yeah.
it just needs to be seen and heard for a bit.
Mm,
And often we're seeking that externally, right, from our friends or partners or family, and we're trying to say like, we want that validation. But if you give it to yourself, I
yeah.
think that's exactly what you said, right? Like you're sitting there and you're allowing it, and you're basically giving yourself a hug emotionally by
Mm,
just letting it sit. It doesn't have to change immediately. You don't have to, you
mm,
don't have to let it go immediately. Just accepting it. And that's also when I was in therapy, that was like the main thing that I took from it.
mm,
It's like just accepting because I'm always trying to change things. I was like, oh,
mm,
this needs to be better and this needs to be, but like just letting it sit for a bit. And sometimes
yeah.
that in itself is already the healing that you're looking for. And I think with overthinking,
Mm,
that is one of the main things that helps me as well.
mm,
Um, like first going a little like sitting with it for a bit and going a little bit deeper and thinking like, where does this even come from? Who am I trying to impress here? Right? Am I trying to,
mm,
because it's somebody else.
yeah.
It's either like somebody that you actually know, or it's
Mm,
like this imaginary version of yourself,
oh, yeah.
or it's like the imaginary crowd of people who are judging you.
Mm,
because that was a big one for me. I overthink a lot because I'm afraid that somebody is going to be disappointed in me,
Wow.
right? And the moment that you realize, like, who even is this person? And even if there is, like, usually, for me, it's not like one person. It's like this imaginary group of people who are watching me, like family, friends, like
Yeah.
this, those eyes were piercing in the
Yeah.
back from behind. And then I started realizing that that's what's holding me back. Also with posting, like, okay,
Mm.
then they see my post. They probably will just scroll on.
Mm.
Like either they care and they show some love, they don't care and they just keep scrolling, which a lot of people do.
Mm.
Um, I also, like, a little side note, like, I wonder if the people that I actually know, we can see that they saw our stuff, like especially the stories, and then like,
I knew what,
I
what
see
you
that
were
you're
about.
watching.
I knew what I was about to
Like,
say. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Of
yeah,
course.
no, no, but like on a more serious note, I like if they don't care, then they don't care. Like I
Mm.
when I'm scrolling, I'm also not liking anything. You know what I mean? Also from the
Mm.
people that I know.
Mm.
It needs to resonate, and the
Mm.
people it resonates with, they will cheer you on. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, to focus on that, to connect with that. And it's like it's like a fresh breath of air, right? To just
Yeah.
focus on the people who actually are supporting you, and then go back to yourself and then have that validation within you,
Mm.
being aware of like, what do I really want, and
Mm.
what I'm doing right now is making me proud, right? It's like it's
Mm.
making 13-year-old me proud. It's what she would like dream of and she would never dare to do. So I'm doing this for her, and that takes away so much of the weight of
Mm.
the whole overthinking factor, because
Yeah.
you're not doing it for other people anymore. You're not afraid of them
Mm.
anymore.
Mm.
Because what is going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy. Like really, that's crazy. Even like what you said about accepting, like crazy thing, but like when I was really overthinking for so long, because I hated that thing, that process and stuff, I was really like not even understanding because I didn't want to. That it was part of me. I was like, no, no, this is not part of me. I'm not overthinking, whatever. This is not
Mhm.
me, right? The day that you
Mm,
accept that this is you in some ways, oh my God, the relief. Like, you don't have to be perfect. This is part of you.
mhm.
This is what you do. And it's okay because if you feel not
Yeah.
good doing it, you're going to improve it. But the more that you push it
Mm,
away, you are in this thing of habit of doing it, blah, blah. No matter the reasons why
yeah.
you're doing it, but like you're really in this thing of like doing it, blah, blah. Okay, just wait. Like the first thing, and you're so right saying this is really accepting it, like accepting that this is here, and that also that thing of just talking about people around, like when people relate with like this thing, this is just so cool because you don't feel crazy. And this is just so
Yeah.
helping, so
Yes.
helping, because like you understand that okay, yeah, we're all in the same shit, this is something normal, whatever, and that this is not like a huge thing, because of course when you do this like negative habit stuff, you can really enter into something of like just not loving yourself for this and being like, oh my god, man, why I am doing this, this is really like not the good thing for me. You can really like be like that way, oh my god, this is horrible, like I should do this, I should do this, I should stop doing it, whatever. But
Yeah.
like this is not going to change anything. The thing is,
Mm-mm.
the day that I accepted that this was part of me and that no matter what I could just improve this now, this was just the beginning of the change and just of the self-care, because to me this is really about, at a certain time you have to choose between wasting your peace and just deciding to actually take care of yourself here and just say okay, now we have to let go of that and just allow
Mm,
ourselves to just literally say, okay, this is here. We accept it. We have done that. We are that way. This is a habit, whatever. But like, this is not serving me right now. And I choose me. And I have
mm,
literally just to say, okay, no matter what, we have to let go. But this is a process. Like, again, this is not like waking up, but this was really like such a long thing. This is why I love to say also that this is a journey, Like because you can have ups and downs and you can feel like, oh my god, yeah, I didn't overthink like for a month, whatever, and then suddenly you're going to be triggered, whatever, and you're going to overthink again. And this is normal. This is normal. Like really,
Mhm.
it has to be something that is not stressing you out or whatever. Like don't be too hard on yourself for that. Like this is a
Mhm.
process actually. Yeah.
I think that's really really like a key point that you said just now. Asking yourself, is this serving me?
Mm.
Right? I think when you ask yourself that question, there's no judgment in there. It's
No,
just
no.
asking, am I going to and overthinking is one of those things like, hey, these thoughts right now, this kind of loop that I'm in right now,
Mm,
is this serving me, or what is it really doing to my nervous system? What is it doing to my mind, to my health?
mm,
And just stopping for a second, asking yourself that question and saying like, you know what? I'm actually going to park this for now. If it comes back, that's okay. But right now it's not serving me.
mm,
And just letting it sit. And I think that's really what I'm trying to learn because I'm not wired like that, right? Being kind to myself, being soft towards myself.
mm.
And what also has really been helping me, and I've been seeing other creators talk about this too, and I really love that idea. I think it's also Olivia Dean who said that in one of it's been going viral, right? That kind
Yeah.
of part where she says, um, the way that you talk and the way that you treat that person that you really really love, talk and treat yourself that way.
Exactly.
And that's such a big shift that happens because you can be doing the same things, but with a completely different mindset behind it.
Mm,
You're not going to burn out because you're doing it from a place of love,
mm,
right?
mm, mm, mm,
And
mm.
because you're thinking, what is serving me? What is not serving me? So yeah, no, I really like that you said that. It was a really, really good point because, in the end, we are also on our own journeys as we are sharing and as we are walking, we're sharing it openly. And we are making big progress and big steps. Um, but we also still need to remind each other, remind ourselves of exactly these things. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and really that's I mean it took me a long time to process it and stuff. Even like when I studied to become like a self-development coach, of course you learn a lot of things, but like it's really different when you have to put this in your life. So, but more than this, like what
Mhm.
was really crazy is that maybe the thing that changed everything related to overthinking was really that moment of actually feeling uh really it's that thing of like feel if you feel at peace or not, like really connect with yourself and just get to know if actually this is peace or not, this feeling, because no matter what, if it sounds
Mhm.
not like peace, this is not going to be good for you, right? And like no matter how
Yeah, it's
much
not
you
fun.
want, yeah, and no matter how much you want to change the situation and all these things, at a certain time when you actually overthink that much, you give power to that situation, to overthinking, to that negative habit. So at the end of this is more trying to control you in a way that it can't, really it can't control you, but like this is something that really you give power
Mhm.
to it. And in a way or another, that really exercise of just how do I feel right now, I'm not feeling at peace with myself. I'm not feeling at peace with that thing. And just, yes, okay, I'm super scared to accept that I cannot control that situation that I'm overthinking about. But, like,
Mhm.
you know what? Now it's my peace, or it's actually trying to run after it, run after that thing, or just again entering into that loop that deep down I know that this is not even like really that's crazy is that I've tried many different ways of when I was really super stressed, sorry, at school when I was young, overthinking. I was like, okay, I put a 5 minute timer, okay, because this is stressing me out, so I'm going to overthink that thing for 5 minutes, okay, whatever. I was doing that thing, and like at the end of that I was like, I am not feeling better. I am not feeling better. So even that
Mhm.
thing of connecting with your emotions and how your body reacts actually helped me to be like, do you really want to do this actually right now? Is it really going to nourish your peace or whatever at the end of the day? And even if Like, do you accept that state of like being not really, super um yeah, at peace, good with yourself, reassured, whatever? Do you feel good in this? The answer was no. And so it helped,
Yeah.
for the process after that. So crazy.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful what you just said once again. The is it nourishing your peace? I never heard it like that, but I think that's a really beautiful thing to say, because I think if you focus on things that serve you, if you focus on things that are giving you peace, it doesn't make you a selfish person. Creates space for you to actually be there for the people that you love.
Mm.
And that's something that I also had to learn the hard way, because I thought, you know, you can't be like, these things are super selfish. You have to care about, be there for your friends, be there for your friends. But you can't be there if you're not,
Yeah.
you can only be there on the long term if you're
Mm,
doing it from a place
mm,
of love, of kindness, and you have to have that for yourself first, because you're going to burn out. Either you're going to burn out, or it's going to be, superficial,
mm,
and you're not actually caring about them because you're not giving that peace and that kindness to yourself, right?
mm,
So in the end, it's kind of like a reflection. So coming back to that, I think nourishing your peace is just like a beautiful way to, also like maybe a very visual way, like, is this feeding, or like, is it like watering a plant, right? If you would
exactly.
imagine peace being your peace being a plant, because I'm really into plants. I don't know if you can tell, like there's plants somewhere
Me
over here.
too. Me too.
Um, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so if you imagine your piece being this plant, and then asking yourself, is this watering it or is this drying it out? I think that's a really easy way to check in with yourself.
Mm,
Um, yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. It's really
yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah. I think also something like, did you actually try some tips, method stuff that didn't work, or not really?
You mean like in regards to overthinking,
Yeah. Yeah.
or being stuck in your head?
Mm,
Yeah, I think some things didn't really like resonate with me in the way that I just don't. How should I say this? I am not a routine person. I'm very all over the place. I wouldn't say I'm a type B girl, because I sometimes I'm also very type A. Like, I need structure, but like it's really contradicting. Like, I need structure, but I suck at routines, because I need this kind of, I need newness
yeah.
and something interesting and dopamine all the time. So, um, I think one of the things that doesn't really work for me to do is like putting the pressure on myself to journal, because I know that journaling can help. Like, writing, when you write stuff down, especially like overthinking loops or patterns, where you write them down and you have like a second look at it,
Mm,
oftentimes it looks ridiculous. You're like, what even is that? And I know that it can help, but I'm not really the kind of person to do that every day. Like,
mm,
the regularity of it and the pressure of it doesn't really work. So what I really discover, and then you go back into another loop where you feel bad of like, you know what you should be doing, but you're not doing it, and then that's a whole other thing. So what I actually noticed does really work for me is um, going offline for a bit, and
mm,
just turning away from my phone, turning away from my laptop, and just saying, the anxiety of being offline, missing something important, whatever. I try to calm that by saying, just an hour. Like, what can happen in an hour? You know what I mean? Or like
mm,
maybe even 30 minutes.
mm,
Sometimes even 5 minutes. And then I just sit down, get my craft stuff out or whatever I feel like doing, and just start really small. So it's the breaking it down in the smallest, tiniest step
mm,
possible to get out of that headspace and into a different space. And
yeah.
through that creativity and through that state of flow,
Mm,
often things resolve naturally too, right?
mm,
It's doing the lighter things, and then that pushes you in a space where you become active, and when you're doing things and you're not avoidant
Oh my God.
of those big feelings and of those big thoughts.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. You just unlocked something. Um, you know what's crazy is that first thing is that to me, also something that helped to kind of like switch the overthinking process is that I understood that I needed to be really focused on something, like obsessed with something, whether it's like overthinking the past or whatever. And I decided to change the obsession kind of like into something really positive and like super like about the universe, the energy and stuff. For example, I decided to really practice gratitude a lot, to become super obsessed about
Mhm.
everything that happens like good for me in the day and stuff. So to
Yes.
change that habit of
Yes.
like actually overthinking the thing, because of course if you can overthink the worst you can overthink the best, which is completely crazy. And also that thing of movement, it's absolutely crazy. I could talk about this for hours. Movement guys. It's crazy. This is
Yes.
really shifting everything. This is shifting everything. If you feel really stuck into a loop, whether it's like anxiety really so much, stress, overthinking, when you really like feel stuck in this movement, whether it's working out, walking, anything about movement just feels so like out of your head for a second. And even it feels like there is a sort of shift of energies. You feel like a
Yeah,
fresh new
100%.
person.
Yeah.
This is really
Mhm.
so precious about that. So um it's really helping a lot. Just sometimes it's crazy. It seems super simple to say, but just to actually, I love just to work out in the morning just because of that. It's just movement and stuff. Or just if you want to walk or whatever, to run, just to change place and just to move.
Yeah.
It's really something that is really so good for yourself and for like your head, because sometimes it's just about that, just about being too much in your head and even over analyzing everything. And it can be really
Yes.
simple thing,
Mhm.
like you went to the restaurant with your friends and you're like, oh my God, why did I say that? Or whatever, because you're just so much in your head. And just sometimes it just has to be something more like physical, or just you actually moving and just being actually more present, and just to shift
Yes.
everything and to get out of
100%.
your head, get out of your head. Which is crazy.
100%. I don't know. I mean, this is not just our experiences. This is also science.
Exactly.
I don't know if you heard the quote or the saying, like depression can't hit a moving target. I
Yeah.
think it's like maybe sounds a little bit shallow, and I don't want to diminish any,
Yeah.
depressive episodes that people have, because that's of course too simple, too simplified. But I think there's definitely a truth in there. I also remember of this one meta study. I actually studied, my bachelor's degree is in cognitive psychology,
Okay.
and one of the studies that stuck with me, I will look it up to so we can link it.
Okay.
Um, where they showed that they showed in a controlled study that some, like, they had different groups that actually were suffering from depressive episodes, and they all had like different treatments.
Okay.
And the second strongest like remedy, or like the second strongest thing that would help them was antidepressives,
Mm.
and the strongest thing was actually dancing. Like
Wow. Okay.
they
Yeah.
put them, yeah, they had like they put them in dancing exercise, and had them dance. And that like stuck with me, because there's so much power in
Yeah.
this movement, that it
Mm.
can actually even have the clinical power to help you through really hard things. And I think that also brings us to another point that has been like a huge shift in my head, that changed so much for me in the last year. It's like not taking myself too seriously. Honestly, we are just having fun on a big rock in space.
Yes.
Can we just
Yes.
stop
Oh.
making everything so serious? It's all
Mm.
play. It's all play.
Yeah.
So when I feel, like, I have a 9 to 5 job, and when I'm working from home and I just feel too serious, I put on like Zara Larson or some kind of
Oh,
song, and I just dance, just
yeah.
like ridiculous. And of course, I'm alone, so then like nobody really sees it. But also, like, just for me, I wouldn't allow myself to do
Mm.
that because I would be like, oh, it's gonna look ridiculous. Who cares? Who
Who
cares?
cares?
And it's
Who
the same thing
cares?
with like being seen on social media or being seen in public. Honestly, if you
Mm.
don't take yourself seriously,
Yeah.
it's going to be so much easier for yourself, and it's going to be so much easier for people around you to interact with you, to listen to you,
Mm, mm,
because
mm.
this kind of energy is also very intoxicating. So people
Yeah.
respond to it. It's like the frequency that the other people respond to, and by doing that, you allow other people to also do the same, to not
Mm.
take themselves so seriously. And there's still times where I'm like so in my head, and I'm like, I don't know, like, making all these big expectations and like
Mm.
being too serious, and I'm like, girl, for
Yeah.
what? Like,
Yes.
even
Yes.
your job, like,
Yeah.
honestly, you're never, at the end of your life, you're not gonna think, oh, I wish I worked more, or I wish I was more
Yeah.
serious. Or
Yeah.
you're always thinking about the things where you had fun, where you felt joy, where you were around the people
Yeah.
that you loved and you were
Yeah.
playing. And I make big deals out of things that don't have to be a big deal. And I hate it when people say you're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah.
And of course, that's a horrible response. But to be honest, they're actually right. Yeah, and that's the worst part. That's what triggers me. That they're right. Like, you are making a big deal. Like, does it have to be so?
Mm.
Is it really that serious? Like, is it
Mm.
really that heavy, or are you making it that heavy? Right? Like, it's
Yeah.
this shift, and respectfully, because I'm not trying to
Yeah.
offend anyone,
Yeah.
but think I think a lot of, especially girls like us who have big dreams, we tend to get so lost in our heads and all of these expectations of ourselves and externally, and
Mm.
we're in these overthinking loops, like what we talked
Mm.
about. There, you just release so much joy, peace, and freedom when you realize that we're just having fun on a big rock in space.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's
honestly,
crazy. Oh
even
my God.
little jobs, like
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, what's really crazy in that, it's of course what's really actually horrible in a way, but like when you leave really hard things, hard moments, you really get to understand that actually life is not too serious. Like it's really crazy. That overthinking just this is not what matters. The thing in the past, this is not what matters. The thing that you're going to plan for the future, prepare yourself for, this is not what matters. And when I got like my disease, so I got a neurological disease, I almost died. So that experience was really scary, and
Yeah,
that thing of just living this, it's really sad that you have to actually get to live it to really feel like, okay, stop, like, girl, you're too much in your head. Like
yeah,
now, this is what matters is you being healthy and loved and just alive,
mm,
and just everything that you just overthinking about every single day about what you did or say or that situation in the past or whatever, this is just not what matters. And just I had this thing
yeah,
before when I was really, when we see video online of like people having cancer or whatever, and you feel like, wow, okay, this is like a life reminder of like actually, live in the moment, and the rest we don't care. But when this is your life, oh my God, it feels like really this is like the top one biggest lesson, of course, because that was horrible, but like more than this related to overthinking and even anxiety that I had before. I
mm,
really understood that in fact I was really putting myself in this. Actually, as you said, I was making the situation worse that it was, bigger that it
yeah,
was, more important that
mm,
it was actually, as if that was really like the biggest thing of life. Bless you.
yeah.
Uh,
Thanks.
and and I was just making it all in my fucking head. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy and it's scary how like the
Mm,
brain how the brain works. Like you can think that
Yeah.
this is really horrible. This is taking like a lot of space in your life, day, mindset, whatever. This is why I talked about gratitude, because you have to balance it with something that is going to fulfill you in a good way, or movement or whatever.
Mhm.
Just because you have to replace at a certain time that habit that feels like this is something that is first controlling you, defining you, whatever. Of course, this is not, but you have this impression of like, oh my God, this is too much present in my life. And in some ways, it feels like so good when you find something else that is going actually to fulfill you. That just are I feel like sometimes it's also about just helping you to stay present and in the reality, right? So anything about movement,
Yeah.
journaling, creative activities really help just to be real, like so here. And just I don't know, there is really this thing of like when you overthink, I feel like I visualize it as if we go to the future, we go to the past, but like
Yeah.
things that are really making us super present and grounded. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Grounded. It's so
Mhm.
changing something. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that it's pulling you into the present. And when you get into that state where you're really in flow, really present, really in the now, I mean, that's something that before this digital age started was just normal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, of course, you could still overthink things or you could still think about the future and the past, but you were so much more in your body,
Mm,
so much more in the present.
mm,
Now we constantly get distracted. We constantly are watching one video to the next.
mm,
You know, I realized I think it was yesterday or the day before, I had scrolled for like an hour or two. And just because I didn't really decide because I was sick this week and then I was,
mm,
bored and I was uninspired. I was like, what am I doing? I couldn't really think of something. And then, Instagram grabs you and pulls you into the
yeah.
algorithm and then you're just watching one video after the other. I was thinking like, think about how many videos because most of them are not longer than 6 seconds. You don't even watch most of them longer than 6 seconds. Think
Mm,
of how many videos I've just watched
mm,
and like how full my brain is right now. I need to give it some air to breathe.
mm,
And then I force myself to, just open up my collage book and just start. And it's before when I was creative, because I had not really picked up a paintbrush or anything in like a couple of years. I used to do that a lot in my teens and in my
mm,
childhood. And then I noticed like I had a vision. It had to be perfect. I had to make it exactly like I had it in my mind. And then it robs you from all of the fun that it's
yeah.
supposed to be to, get into.
Mm,
And now it serves a completely different goal for me. It
mm,
serves the goal, exactly like you said, being in the present moment
mm,
and just having fun, coming
mm,
into this playful flow of just creating. And sometimes it's about creating itself. And
yeah.
I notice that the stuff that I make now from that space of just having fun, just doing, not overthinking it,
Mm,
just putting things together that feel right, just drawing whatever shape comes to mind,
mm,
that I'm so much more happy and like I love the stuff that I make now
mm,
because all of the perfectionism has like melted like snow for the sun, right? It's just all gone. So I'm just you get what you actually wanted
mm,
by letting it go. Um,
mm,
so yeah, I think that's for me definitely one of the biggest like
mm.
helps when I'm trying
Yeah.
to get out of my head, get out of these loops. Yeah.
Mm, mm. What's really also, because I think we talked about a lot of things, but like, if you listen to this, if you're watching this and you are going through overthinking, this is not stronger than you. I think this is one of the things that I want to say. You are not just just overthinking. You know what I'm talking about? This is not defining you.
Yeah.
You can just go through this, you can overcome it, and you can just do it. This is not just all your life. This is not controlling you also, even though you feel like this is controlling you. But this is
Mm-hmm.
really that thing of like, actually you're stronger than this, and just this is just part of your life. This is part of who you are. But just so you know that you are stronger, and this is so important, because this is really like a thing of being in a loop and stuff, and just not even processing the thing. But like, this is not defining you, and this is not stronger than you.
Yeah,
It's really,
so true.
yeah. What do
Beautiful.
you want to
Mm.
say to people who overthink right now?
Yeah, I mean, if you're an overthinker like me, and you also have big dreams, and you have the tendency to be a perfectionist,
Yeah.
which you probably are if you're listening to this, um, the main thing that I would tell you is to be kind to yourself
Mm,
and to show it by taking the tiniest, tiniest, tiniest step that you could think of. So whatever it is that brings you joy, or whatever it is
mm,
that you want to move towards, this big goal that you have in mind, break it down into the like smallest part,
yeah.
whatever it may be. Maybe for today, maybe it's just picking up a paintbrush. Maybe it's opening your laptop and just writing one word. Maybe it's just creating one stupid video.
Mm,
Um, that you don't even have to post. You don't have to post it, but whatever it is that your big dream is, make
mm,
it as small, like make the step as small as possible. But it's more important that you're in the right direction than how fast you're going. If you
mm,
don't give up, if you don't stop, and you take the tiniest baby steps, you will still arrive at that goal. So I think that's definitely what I
yeah.
would because that's what changed everything for me.
Mm, really. And just again, just do not watch at the whole staircase. Just
Yeah.
watch it step by step. And because like, again, when you understand that you are in it, you feel like this is going to be so long, that you have to do a lot of things, that this is going to be impossible to just stop overthinking or whatever the thing. But like, it has to be not that huge in your head, right? So again, it can be really
Mhm.
simple step that you can do. Really, I just so agree with that. And this is how it started. And this is just really going to be okay. I have to say, this is just really going to be okay.
Yeah,
And yeah, this can be a strength also, which is something that was really a relief to me when I understood that, is that I lived all of things, and it was hard and stuff, and at the end of this I was like, okay, yeah, maybe now this is a strength, because I understood things, because I overcame it, blah blah, and now I can say
mm,
that I did it. I'm stronger than this. And now it became a strength. So no matter what you are actually going through, it can be overthinking or whatever. This is going to be a strength after that. And take it step by step
yeah.
to go through it. This is a journey again. And it's really so cool. I feel really great. I feel really great talking about this. It feels really, even like us talking that way, it feels really like super hopeful energies and really good energies. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very inspiring. I really like I learned a lot during this talk also, like some big takeaways from you.
Mm,
Asking yourself, does this serve me?
yeah.
Nourishing your like, is this nourishing my peace? Those are two things that I will definitely take into my next week. And it's always so inspiring to have conversations with people who want the same things in life and who
Mm,
are have the same approach.
mm,
And we talked about this. You're also a verbal processor. Like things unlock when you're talking about it, and then when you're hearing
mm,
about it, you're going back and forth. So yeah, no, I really really enjoyed that, and yeah,
yeah.
feel really really wholesome, inspired, very yeah, energized.
It's so cool. And also the last thing is just do not hesitate to talk about this with your relatives. It's just not a shame to feel what you feel. And yeah, just mental health matters. And that's it. Just
Yeah.
really feel free to talk, feel free to express, even though it's just in journaling or recording yourself. You have apps like an app on iPhone, which is called Journal. You can record yourself. You can just write if you want. You can just even film yourself talking if you feel like you want to express things. This is really going to help you in some way. So find your thing to express also, because like it doesn't have to stay in your head. And yeah, just feel free to do this. This is not a shame.
Yeah, no, on a final note, I would say a lot of the things that we discussed today were very lighthearted, very playful, very, letting go. Of course, there's also situations when it comes to mental health where these kinds of approaches are just not enough. There can be a big start and a big shift, but if you struggle with something that's bigger than that,
Of
then
course.
professional help, therapy, whatever is available. Um, I'm a big fan, so I can only recommend that.
Oh my God.
Just for like day to day mind shifts, this is what I would recommend. But I am not a professional, so I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there.
Yeah,
These are
yeah,
just my own experiences.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, no, outside of that, I would say um, it was a pleasure. I had a lot of fun during our talk today, and
yeah,
looking forward to all of the next things that we're gonna do together.
yeah.
I
That,
think
that's
there's
that's
gonna be
really
more in store.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was about just to say that I'm going to put like in the description, of course, that thing of as you said, if you really you feel not like not good about mental health or anything, that you struggle, please do not hesitate, of course, to talk about it and just to like go like to professionals. You have therapists, you have psychologists, and you have also coach. I personally do it myself. This is really super important, just to not be ashamed
Yeah.
actually of consulting. Rather like the professional that you feel the most like comfortable with. Just know that we are here for you actually. I love my job. And
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm just really, it was super cool. Super cool to talk with you. I'm just super excited about everything that we talked about. It was really cool, the energy that we shared today. I hope that you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed. And just I'm going to put like all the Joella Joy socials into the description. So rather you are on Spotify or YouTube. And thank you so much for this. I hope that we are going to do many more things together. And yeah. And guys, until then, as always, no matter what happens, actually, you can. And yeah, bye bye. It was so cool.
Oh.
Bye. Bye, Joella. Bye, guys.